Hey Kelly, welcome to lesson 104. As soon as you see the title on lesson 104, uniform motion, unequal distances, those are rate times time equals distance problems because motion is rate, distance is d, right? So these are rate times time equals distance problems. So just remember this is rate times time equals distance, and we like to set it up like this. So that it doesn't matter what kind of problem they give you, you can always do it. Okay, let's look at example 1. At 8 p.m., Achilles left camp and headed south at 20 kilometers per hour. Okay, so he went 20 kilometers per hour. We know that's our rate. He left at 8 p.m. We don't know what the hours are, so we're just going to put 8 p.m. up here. It's not 8 as your time, because the time is in hours, not just the time on the clock, okay? He headed south at 20 kilometers per hour. At 10 p.m., Patroclus, Greek names, 10 p.m., this guy, so this is Achilles and this is P, headed south from the same camp. If Patroclus was 50 kilometers ahead by 3 a.m., what was his speed? Okay, at 3 a.m., that means that we can figure out our time really easily. Okay, we need to find his speed, so we're going to put R right there because we don't know what it is. Let's find the time really quick and then we'll work with the distance because the distance is the weird part. 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Well, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. 8 to 12 is 4, and then 12 to 3 is 7. Okay, that's how I always do it. Just cut it in the middle with the 12. 8 to 12 is 4. 12 to 3 is 3. I say 7, right? 12 to 3 is 3, so 4 plus 3 is 7. 10 to 12 is 2, and then 12 to 3 is 3, so that's 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay? And then our distance. Let's look at the distance again. It says, Achilles left the camp, so let's just draw a picture. Here's Achilles, he's leaving the camp. Okay? And headed south. So they're both heading south. And Patroclus left the camp and he was 50 kilometers ahead. So he went 50 kilometers more than Achilles did, okay, because he was adelante, because he was going faster, obviously. That's what we're going to see there. So that means that we don't know the distance of Achilles, so we're just going to put D. But we do know that his was Achilles plus 50. Because he was 50 kilometers ahead. Okay? So now we have it all set up. And now we can make our equations, our formulas to solve for the problem. We have rate times time equals distance. This is nice. Look at this. 20 times 7 equals D. So 140 equals D. Boom. We already found out our distance. Which is super helpful because now we can find our R really easily. R times 5 equals D plus 50, but we already found out that D is 140, right? So 140 plus 50 is 190. So now it's just R times 5 equals 190. And then we can just divide by 5, which is going to be 38. 38 is going to be his rate. Crazy, huh? Okay, just go back and watch it again if you're like, what? Wait a second, there's a few things I didn't understand. Go back and watch it again, and if it still doesn't make sense, ask me. It's all good, okay? Let's look at example 2. We don't need to stop the video and set up a lot because all you really have to do is erase things. Okay? There we go. We don't know who they are yet. Rate times time equals distance. Here we go. Rachel has a 15 kilometer head start on Charlene. Okay, so we know it's Rachel and Charlene. Let's draw it over here. Okay, we have Rachel and Charlene going somewhere. Rachel has a 15 kilometer head start. Okay, here's what that means about that. Rachel's going to start right here, and she did not travel this 15, okay? There's 15 miles, she starts 15 kilometers ahead of Charlene. So what does that mean about Charlene's distance? Charlene is actually going to be traveling 15 kilometers more than Rachel, because look, Rachel starts at 15 kilometers ahead. She did not go this, but Charlene had to go this. So what do we know about the distance? The distance for Rachel is we don't know, but the distance for Charlene is distance of Rachel plus 15, okay? Because she actually did have to travel those 15 kilometers, okay? Then it says, how long will it take Charlene to catch Rachel if Rachel travels at 70 kilometers per hour and Charlene travels at 100 kilometers per hour, and we're looking for the time. So we can really put T right here. Okay, we're looking for the time. That means their time is the same. Okay, they both leave at the same time because they leave from different places. And Charlene now has to travel to catch up to Rachel, who didn't travel 15 kilometers, okay? So here's our formulas. 70 times T equals D. And 100 times T equals D plus 15. Okay? And now we can substitute, Kelly, because look, D equals 70T. So we're going to put that right into here. Okay, so we have 100T equals 70T plus 15. We have minus 70T, that's 30T equals 15, divide by 30, divide by 30. That's T equals 15 over 30, which is 1/2. It took Charlene a half hour, which is what, 30 minutes, a half an hour is 30 minutes, right, to travel and catch up with Rachel. Okay, now we just have example 3 to do. Kelly, example 3 says Harry and Janet jog around a circular track. So we have Harry, Janet. And the track is 210 meters long. So we don't know if that means that that's the distance or not yet. So we have to keep going. Janet's rate is 230 meters per minute, while Harry's rate is only 200 meters per minute. In how many minutes will Janet be a full lap ahead? Okay, so now what they're saying is a lap is how many, you know what a lap is one way around the circle, right? So they want to know when Janet is going to be a full lap ahead, which means that we have Harriet's distance, and then Janet's is going to be the distance of whatever Harry goes plus 210, because this is the full lap, right? Okay, and they want to know when Janet is going to be a lap ahead, a lap adelante, so you have to go 210 plus the distance of Harry, okay? And how many minutes will Janet be a full lap ahead? So the time is going to be the same, okay? And then we can set up our formulas. We have 200T equals D. And then we have 230 times T equals D plus 210. We know that D is 200T, so we're going to substitute that in. So we have 230T equals 200T plus 210. So we're going to minus the 200T. That's 30T equals 210. So divide that out, and T equals 7. Okay, so in 7 minutes, Janet will be a whole lap ahead. Go ahead and try your practice, and then we'll come back and check. Okay, Kelly, your answers to letter A is going to be 8. And then the answer to letter B is going to be 1/2 hour. So look at letter A. It says at 5 a.m., so I put 5 a.m. for Napoleon. Napoleon headed south from Waterloo at 4 kilometers per hour, so 4 is your rate. At 7 a.m., so I put 7 down here for Wellington. He headed south from Waterloo too. If Wellington passed Napoleon and was 20 kilometers ahead of Napoleon at 2 p.m., so I put 2 p.m. for both of them, how fast was Wellington traveling? We're looking for his rate, okay? Now look, here's the visual of what they were doing. They were both traveling from the same spot, but at the end, Waterloo is 20 kilometers ahead. So that means that he's going to travel 20 kilometers more than Napoleon. So you set it up with D for Napoleon and then D plus 20 for Waterloo. Then you get your equations. You have 4 times 9 is 36, which equals D, so it makes it really easy. You have R times 7 is equal to D plus 20, and then you just substitute 36 in for the D, and you end up getting R is 8. Now for letter B, it says, Helen was a 4-kilometer head start on Paris. So look, this is the visual for that one. Helen is right here. She starts 4 kilometers adelante, 4 kilometers before Paris. So they're both traveling at the same time, but Helen does not travel these 4 kilometers. So that means that whatever Helen's distance is, Paris actually had to travel 4 kilometers more than Helen did, okay? So now you have the distance there. Then it says, how long will it take Paris to catch Helen if Helen travels at 6 kilometers per hour and Paris travels at 8 kilometers per hour? So the time is the same. So then you set up your equations. 6 times t equals d, you put that here. 8 times t equals d plus 4. You substitute 6t in for d, and then you move the 6t over, you get 2t equals 4, so then you divide and you get, the answer is 2, not 1/2. 4 divided by 2, I was doing 2 divided by 4. So your answer is 2 for that one. Okay, let me know. I know sometimes rate times time equals distance can be a little confusing of where to put your things, especially this distance one down here today, but just let me know if you need any help. Bye, have a good day.